Hi, how are you? Give me a second. Let me just turn the music down. I think this will help. Yeah, looks like that's turned the music down. Good stuff. Welcome. It's been a good summer. Hopefully everyone had a good summer. I spent a lot of time doing lots of different things this summer. And I hope you had a good summer. Once again, I apologize for the long hiatus. Sometimes we all need a rest, and looking after your own personal wellness is almost just as important as the work you do, because if you're not looking after that personal wellness, you know what? The work you're going to do and doing is going to fail. It's just plain and simple. That's the case. But let's with no further ado, let's get into it and let's talk about a few things. Number one, of course, like today, is we're going to talk about what is a safety culture. Go over the definitions, but also too a little bit about why you might care. Honestly, it's a lot of folks don't understand the importance of safety culture. And that includes titans of industry, shall we say, all the way down to even some safety professionals. I've had a lot of talks over the summer with different safety professionals from different walks and different industries, different sectors. And, opinions on safety culture are as varied as that. Like they're whoops, my window's small. But anyway, they're quite varied. And so it's just one of those things to consider. But let's just move on to a few more things. Number one, of course, let's talk about the chat rules. As I alluded to, it's been quite a hiatus, so I don't know how busy the chat will be. Because I don't know how many people are going to log on and check it out later after the stream's over. So if you want, by all means, leave your comments in the chat. Leave comments behind. I appreciate comments as well. Comments are awesome. Obviously, it's a way for us to communicate. But as far as the chat rules go, participate. Ask your questions, but introduce yourself too as well. Like it might be simple as like what I would say. Hi, my name's Kevin Garrett. I'm a health and safety professional from Calgary. Glad to be here. Or whatever the case. If you're from a different country, maybe put that in as well. The other thing is, if questions come up in the chat, you know the answer, by all means. But also, too, if you have a question, ask it. Your knowledge, your opinions count. Your questions are even more important. By and large, as well, when you consider this, as far as questions go, be civil, okay? No name calling, no insults. None of us emerged from the womb knowing health and safety. Okay, it's something that we've all learned as we've gone through life. So no name calling, no insults. Just be nice, be courteous, and realize that the people asking the questions are eager to learn. That's why they're asking the questions. And then finally, this is not professional advice. There is no contracts being signed, no money changing hands. This is the opportunity for people to gather in community. And just as a platform for safety, because the whole idea, just like the title up here, the whole idea behind this channel is to build a community where we provoke safety and hopefully safety leadership can emerge as a result. Okay? And so there you go. There's the rules. We keep it. I see I'm clipping there. We try to keep it easy and simple here. I believe in simple. I always used to say when I was teaching a class, there was a sign outside my home growing up, and it said "slow children playing," and there was no comma. So I like things simple. I really do. Personally, I do. Now, let's talk about what's new in the channel. So first off, there's going to be a newer focus. Well, it's not exactly new, but it's newer, so to speak. I want to try and shift the focus a bit a bit more towards advocating for safety leadership and focusing on safety culture as well. Now, the idea steering the majority of the content this way is that intention, and maybe this stream will allude to some of it a bit more, but not to where there's still going to be a focus on those foundational skills like hazard assessment, investigation. In fact, I'll talk a bit more about that in a bit. But one of the other things I've done is I've created a new playlist called Being Safety. I've received requests just before the summer started and through the summer for things like advice on how to deal with certain types of conversations, certain questions, dealing with different forms of resistance. The content is going to range in length of format and some vertical format, like short videos, mostly long form, and mostly like what I've usually been doing, talking head presentations. And of course, depending on the subject, the video format will be, of course, fitting for the content. So it's almost like, say, if you want a playlist on professional coaching, not that I'm a professional coach in any way, shape, or form, just sharing where I've failed and where I've succeeded, basically, and putting it into that. I also purchased a bunch of new equipment over the summer, a new computer, video card, and so forth, and a new microphone. I hope it sounds better. But I'm just learning where the mute button is, so bear with me. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about, besides that new playlist, is quality over quantity. One of the things, and nobody's said it yet, nobody's mentioned anything or said anything, but I kind of sort of feel that the quality has been lacking, and that's why, like you may have noticed, the period between the videos is stretching out. I was really struggling to get one a week done, but then as a result, it's a lot of rushing. And when we rush, haste makes waste. So, it's been my feeling that the quality has been lacking a little bit, and more so of that effort to try and get something out every week. Pardon me. Now, that being said, I'm not looking for an excuse to sit back and rest and relax. That's not the case. I still want, I'm not looking to reduce productivity. I still want to try and get a video out every week or 10 days, but sometimes there's subjects that require a bit more knowledge, a bit more research, and they're a bit more complex. So requiring that critical research means that it might take a bit longer, and same thing as preparing the scripts, the notes, etc. So the best solution I can say is, if you haven't done so already, maybe click that subscribe button, click the little, ding the little bell, and that way you'll get notified of new content when it comes up. Okay. Now, I know we're all busy. We really are, all of us. And I'm hoping you'll understand and be patient with it. There's always life demands, and one of the things I will do, and you've likely noticed that there's been also a focus of posts in the community section of the YouTube channel. And so that's part of that quality over quantity. I want to make sure that when I'm doing the quizzes, that they're quizzes that'll be worthwhile, not some quick post, and they won't be wasting your time as a viewer. That they'll be worth your while to watch, or pardon me, to participate in and answer. I admit some of them are pretty easy, as some of you might think. But realistically, when you get right down to it, it doesn't matter necessarily about easy. It matters about testing the skill level at all levels of knowledge. Now, finally, on the last point here about what's new, is I'm going to be remaking some of my older videos. To be honest, brutally honest, I have a difficult time even watching some of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the main foundational element in health and safety, which is drum roll, please. No drum roll. Anyway, hazard identification, assessment, and control. Those videos were what I started with, and realistically, well, it was my effort when I first started out, and I don't really like them a whole pile. So I want to start off with remaking them, and starting off with newer ones, like making newer ones right from start to finish. So I'll leave the old playlist there until I've got the new playlist done. I'll likely just rename the old playlist or the new playlist as Hazardous Identification Assessment Redo or something like that. Yeah. So there we go with that. Also want to do in the streams, I want to do the featured videos. And for the fact is, October is Fire Prevention Month across North America. In Canada, here we shorten it to a week. We make things a season, won't say anything, but we make things a season. But where it comes to saving lives, we shorten it down to a week. Go figure. But it's just a short video, and it shows fire extinguisher inspections. And I'll leave a link in the description after the video's done or after the stream's done. And excuse me. Share it amongst your friends, or you feel free to use it as a training thing if you want. Because realistically, it's one of the things that fails during worksite inspections is fire extinguisher inspections. Most people will look at, it's in the green, it's just fine, without understanding there's more parts to the fire extinguisher. Now, the other thing that I want to do is talk about videos that are coming up. And one of the things I've got in the queue that's working out, I want to work on is a video that's titled More Than a Hard Hat. Because we are more than a hard hat. A lot of people, and I've had conversations through the summer, and it's funny. I didn't know safety people knew that. I didn't know safety guys did that. I didn't know safety professionals did that. And so it never ceases to amaze me the unknown capacity that people don't understand about us. And so it's just going to be, I'm working on it. Hopefully sometime in the coming week, I will have it up. And so you can look forward to that. Like I said, ding the bell. You'll get notified whenever new content or a stream comes up. So anyway, now, what is a safety culture, and why do I care? And that's the big one. Why do I care? So let's look at examining a few things first. And number one is common mindsets and what they do to shape things. Now it's really no secret here. If you look at any sports team and teams that they'll all have diverse composition. And when they come together on the field, the diamond, the ice, whatever, they have this common goal. Put the ball in the net, put the puck in the net, hit the ball over the fence, whatever the case may be, is they have the goal of victory in their mindset. And well, you know what? The result is obvious. And here's an analogy for those of you that are baseball fans. Think back to the 1978 Yankees. There was a book written, can't remember the writer's name, sorry, it escapes me. It's called The Bronx Zoo. But it talks about how there was so much discord within the 1978 Yankees, but when they came together on the field, they made it count. And so in many cases, the same can be said for an organization. I worked with someone once, and she had a very good principle or discipline, if you want, in her mindset. And it was, I don't have to like you to work with you. All I want from you is to do good things. So realistically, if we're working with a person, we may not have to like their personality. In many cases, we might not, but we want to have that same vision of excellence. And so if an organization has a collective mindset to make safety a part of every facet of their business, okay, maybe it'll be illustrated in the next point. The idea is there's a reduction in accidents and illnesses. Part of the problem is we lose, and just like society today in a lot of cases, but even industry has been like it from time immemorial. There's been a loss of the focus on people, but more of the focus on profits and building stuff and getting that stuff out the door, or bettering our service to our clients without looking at how we better the service within. And so the human factor needs to be the ultimate focus, with everything else being secondary, including profit. When we eliminate human loss, the opportunity increases, and so on. Peter Drucker said it well. The first order of business is not to maximize profit, but to minimize loss. And part of that loss that we forget, people think, shrink. We don't want stuff to be stolen or gone missing. Construction companies don't want any damage in the product that they're building and the equipment that they're using. But let's look at the human factor. What if we keep everybody safe? What if we keep everybody safe? Now, the next thing is we need to consider Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Where like the bottom piece, the foundation, if you will, is physiological needs, which is food, clothing, shelter, etc. The basic needs. Now, here's a thought I want you to consider. Here's something you want to put in your helmet and mull about. Is that there's a relationship between the first and second layer. And the second layer is that safety, security. Now, a job will always help you to achieve the first. Okay? It'll help you to achieve that bottom layer, those physiological needs, the food, the shelter. However, if there's no second layer, there's no ability to gain that safety and security, especially in that job, then there's really the opportunity to achieve the next three layers of belonging, social connection, esteem, and self-actualization. There's no way to achieve those other three layers. We need that second layer. We need that safety and security. I had a conversation with a young fellow, new immigrant to Canada, a fellow from the Ukraine, and I said, well, hey, you're a fine, tall, young-looking man, or good-looking young man, and you know what? I bet you're going to be chasing ladies and find a girlfriend in no time. He said, no, Kevin, I need to put things in priority. I need to have a job first, and a job that's going to help me to build and get those basic needs and create some security. So there's that parallel there. And it's sort of, it becomes self-defeating for a company not to build a safety culture, not to attempt to steer everyone towards working safer and avoiding injury. There's no secret about the impact of injuries on an organization. In fact, estimates are that the soft costs are actually up to 7 times the actual visible cost of the damage and injury. And immediately people think of increased WCB premiums, increased insurance premiums, property damage. But think of those other things, the human costs. Now, a company that's growing its earnings or reducing its costs is said to be improving its bottom line. Most companies aim to improve those bottom lines through 2 simultaneous methods. One is increasing revenues. In other words, generating the top line growth. And then the next one is improving efficiency or cutting costs. And once again, it goes back to what Drucker said. Minimize loss, and then maximizing of profits generally follows. Now, let me know in the chat or the comments if you want, and I can provide you with a list of studies if you are looking to do more about promoting the safety culture in your workplace, and you want a place to springboard. Because, believe it or not, I've built a career on working on building safety cultures. In fact, one director of an organization, as he was leaving, said to me, he says, Kevin, I've been here for 20 years. And I have to say that you've done more for the safety culture in your short time here than any of your predecessors in the last 20 years. I didn't know how to take it, but to me, it made it. I don't know. It just seemed plain and simple to work on the safety culture first. Let's look at why. Now, excuse me. Maybe a drink of tea here. Now, a safety culture is a collective set of beliefs, a culture is a collective set of beliefs and values shared by a group of people or an organization. And you can look at some of the very big organizations, like take them Apple, Microsoft, Google, etc. And you can see within them they have their own particular cultures. Now, a poor safety culture has contributed to many incidents and personal injuries and can be just as influential on safety outcomes as an organization's safety management system itself. Okay. A quote from the Health and Safety Laboratories. So safety culture is it's a collection of beliefs, perceptions, and values of employees that share a relation to risks within an organization. So it's safety culture is basically a group of people or an organization placing a high value of safety and believing in the benefits of practicing safety. So when you get right down to it, and I have a Kevinism, if you will, and that is what you have to do is you have to weave safety into the fabric of your business. It shouldn't be just a checkbox on a list of tasks. I can just imagine it in the morning. Unlock the doors. Turn on the lights. Boot computer. Be safe. It shouldn't be that way. It should be that safety is part of all of that. It shouldn't necessarily be that checkbox, if you will. So essentially, what we're looking at is it's a group of people simply not only saying that safety matters and is necessary, but when we have that idea of a safety culture, then they're living it out in their actions while meeting the corporate goals and expectations. Safety should be part of the luggage that you're going to pack along on that road to corporate excellence. Safety should be what you stuff in your backpack as you're making that journey towards corporate success. It needs to be a part of everything. And the only way to do that is a safety culture. And I'll talk more about that in a sec, why you might want to think it's important. In fact, let's look at, okay, why? So here's the question. Give you a second to mull it out. Which is easier, coercing people to compliance? In other words, put on that hard hat, wear those steel-toe boots, read that safe work procedure. Did you not look at pre-planning? What about your hazard assessment? And doing all of that, or creating an environment where they walk out the door and their hard hat is the first thing they think about. Making sure their vest is done up, making sure that they have good eye protection. That they're considering looking at risks before venturing into something, that they're practicing good situational awareness. What if you created an environment like that? What if you created an environment where there was no longer coercion to compliance, but you created an environment where safety culture was embedded within everything, safety was embedded within everything, and that you worked on best practices and safety principles, then what you can do is coach people into compliance. Unique idea? What do you think? Like I want to know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. But part of what you want to do is create that culture where safety thrives. And a lot of people think, well, where do I start? And we're going to be talking about this as the series moves on. we're going to be talking about that as the series moves on. But the important thing is your messages wherever they are as the safety professional or as the CEO or a manager or a person just concerned with safety is you have to address them at all levels within the organization. We've all heard that saying as whether we're safety professionals, and when we started down our road to safety education, it was top down, bottom up, and we've heard all of that, and that's where it has to be. We have to create that culture where safety thrives, and it's part of everything. Part of the problem is people get focused, tunnel vision, on those main goals and not understanding that safety is like breathing, safety is like blood flow. It has to be that necessary part. And maybe that's why, and I'm sorry if it sounds like that, I dump on HR professionals so much, because a lot of times they get that focus on the people factor, which they should have, but they forget that safety has to be part of that people factor. Go figure. And in doing so, we have to understand that you, the safety professional, can't pull all of this weight alone. You can't pull the weight of the group. It's safety, and I've seen it time and time again. I can remember when I got hired on in an organization, and the person said, well, you're the safety professional, it's not your job. And when you try to explain the internal responsibilities system to them, it's, whoa, I didn't hire on for that. I hired on to do this. Well, why can't safety be a part of this? And so you can't pull the weight of the organization alone as far as safety goes. You have to create an environment where people want to work safer. Now, unfortunately, as the safety professional, that's part of what you got to do is you got to work on creating that environment. If you do that, if you create an environment, a safety culture, or work to build a safety culture in your organization, believe it or not, everything that you're having difficulty with right now will fall into place. It's as sure as I'm standing here. And many of you cannot believe me. Yeah. Let me know in the comments, by all means. But honestly, I fully will bet, and no, I'm not betting money. I don't gamble. I will bet that you will come back and say, hey, Kevin, you know what? You were right. I don't know. I'm just thinking that that's the way it's going to be. But yeah. So anyway, that's that. For the first presentation, it was going to be a little bit quick, and I understand that it's going to be a bit quick. By all means, I'll open up to questions, but also want to ask you to do me a favor and let me know in the comments of the chat if you have any other safety-related questions. When I put up quizzes or posts in the community streams, do the same thing. Let me know if you have questions. I don't mind answering them. And in fact, I do have a lot of people that message me on social media with questions, and often I don't mind that at all. I will use that material in a video, but don't worry, I'll always protect your identity, always, no matter what, because I understand that sometimes these questions can be, how should I put it, controversial or provoking, if you will. Yeah. So, there we go. So if anybody that was online today has any thoughts or anything or any questions, by all means, pop them into the chat. I'll give a few minutes for a Q&A. If not, you can leave them in the comments after. But just a couple of things to also understand about safety culture is that we have to look at it as a holistic part. We're health and safety professionals. So along with safety comes health. Along with health comes mental health. So just a quick figure for you. The cost of mental illness to the economy, and this is Canada, okay, is $50 billion annually, with $20 billion of that stemming directly from workplace losses. And that's us. Canada, our tiny country. You know, the country that's only responsible for 1.6% carbon emissions. But don't get me started. So Also, when you're thinking of building your safety culture, consider mental health as part of that endeavor. Anyway, yeah, I'm just looking up at my notes in the control screen here. Yeah, it doesn't appear that there's many people back online again. I see a few, but yeah, so like I said, if you don't have anything to add in the chat, by all means, do me a favor, leave me comments or whatever. I look forward to questions. Now, that being the case, what we're going to talk about in the next stream, which is going to be in 2 weeks, is how you might be able to tell if your safety culture is healthy or not. It's like anything else. And I'll talk about 2 different parallels. One, where we're doing that annual or biannual checkup with our doctor. And that's something you do with the safety culture, and things like core audits, for instance, are helpful in that aspect. But also, too, is, something's wrong. I think I should go see a doctor. And so that's the case, what we're going to talk about. So just like your personal health, sometimes you need to start looking at or for some indicators, things beyond the usual aches and pains, blood pressure. Mine got high recently, so I've had to change things. I've had to go down to just 2 cups of coffee in the morning. From 6. It was difficult. Anyway, that's another story. But we're going to talk about those other indicators. So I'll see you in a couple of weeks. And we'll look at those vital signs or health indicators and start planning. Hey, hi, Alex. Welcome to the channel. And you're welcome. Glad you chimed in. So as usual, though, bring your comments. I appreciate them. If you have questions, and I look forward. Believe you me, safety culture is a passion of mine. All of safety is a passion of mine. I've been called a safety fanatic, and I guess for good reason. But anyway, I'm going to close off. Let's start cueing the music up. And like I said, if you have any questions at all, by all means, put them in the comments. And I want you to do me a favor. My throat's starting to go. As you go through the week, understand, or the next 2 weeks, understand that safety leadership doesn't mean you have to be a CEO, a manager, a supervisor, or anything like that. You don't even have to have safety in your job title, your position title. But what you have to do is care about safety enough to walk the walk if you're going to talk the talk and lead by example. We basically, as safety professionals, have to swim upstream against, what do we call it? Swarm of fish? I don't know. What do we call a bunch of fish? Anyway, yeah, we have to do that. And so be that safety leader, be that safety influencer. Provoke safety. Okay? Take care. Bye for now.